in essence, double dipping.
Right.
Because on the OIR, if you included them,
So it's like if we bought, completely made up numbers, so I don't know what the number is, but if we bought, say, a piece of equipment for $100,000, but we,
Good evening, everyone. We're going to go ahead and start the Takata Board meeting. It is 5:31. First item on the agenda.
make sure we're live.
All right, we're also live on stream, so welcome those who are viewing online. Want to call the roll, Mr. Jackson? Yes,
Mr. Singleton,
present.
Mr. Nesbitt. Jackson, present. Got a quorum.
Thank you. All right, the agenda, anybody got any questions? Approval of the agenda as presented. Motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Okay, been moved by Mr. Nesbitt. Can we get a second?
Mr. Singleton.
No, we need a second. You want?
Oh, second.
Okay, now you can call the roll. Thank you.
Mr. Singleton,
Yes.
Mr. Nesbitt,
Yes.
Jackson, yes. Motion carried.
All right, approval of August minutes. Motion to approve.
I make the motion to approve the August amendment.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call.
Mr. Singleton,
Yes.
Mr. Nesbitt,
Yes.
Jackson, yes. Motion carried.
This time it brings us to the financial update from Hungerford, Mr. Marsky.
Yep, we're gonna do it a little differently, so I'm gonna scooch over.
all right. So, board financials, August 31st, 2025. We're going to start on the balance sheet, so page 3. Let's scroll down here. Okay, here we are. I'll just run through some of the major elements here, and I'll offer some useful comparisons to where these amounts were at since the last month's report. So how did they change from the last report that you saw? So, total bank accounts. $685,226.19. That is down $132,000 with the prior month. And a lot of that has to do with, in July, we had multiple payments from the Fed. So you got a couple multiple months worth of payments come into your bank account, whereas this month, that federal money wasn't there, right? They haven't paid us for our month yet. So it's a timing thing. I'm still figuring out myself, like trying to nail down the federal payment because it seems kind of sporadic. Like you'll get that, you'll have multiple months hit your bank, and then some like this month you won't have any federal money hit the bank, and so I'm expecting multiple months again for September. So that's why cash is down. Your other major assets consist of your due from federal and your due from state. So your due from federal was $385,147.95. That is up $118,000 with the prior month. And again, that's because, well, the Fed didn't pay us this month. Your due from state, $275,845.93. That's up $42,000 with the prior month. Your prepaid expenses, which is another one of your assets, that's behaving like normal. It's at $112,173.92. That's down $27,000 with the prior month. And again, so that's how prepaids work. You know, you'll get the bill and that'll be for 12 months, and then you just kind of watch it gradually step down every month. I didn't have anything to talk about for fixed assets. Fixed assets, the only real change is depreciation expense made your accumulated depreciation go up. But again, that's all normal every month kind of a thing, right? Depreciation hits every month, and then so your AD just kind of crawls up with your monthly depreciation. And that's all that happened with fixed assets there for this month. Let's go with page 4, if you're following along. Accounts payable is still high for August, right? $195,556.97. It's your first one under current liabilities. We will start to see this drop. In September, we made both the August and September payment to the state. So we'll see that drop off by roughly like $95,000 for September. So accounts payable will drop nicely for September, which will be next month. The only other liability that I want to mention is due to state. We're starting to see this come down. Last month it was at $224,000, and now, as you can see, we are at $105,059.48. It is this one right here. So that's coming down nicely, which anytime you can reduce your liabilities on your balance sheet, that's a good thing. That's all I wanted to talk about on the balance sheet. So if we go to page 6, this is your profit and loss, or your P&L. We can run through some of the major things here. And so passenger fares, $167,596. If you're comparing that to the prior month, that's up $19,700. Again, Farebox is performing pretty well compared to the months before the increase. Compared to the report last month, it's up $11,800. So we're starting to see pretty much consistently where Farebox is now bringing in like roughly $11,000 every month, as compared to like the months before the increase, where you were seeing like 8, 9, hanging around like that level. So it's a nice little uptick there. Local contributions, which is pretty much all property tax, which all comes from the city of Benton Harbor. That was $170,942, and that was up roughly $29,000 with the prior month. We received the PPT reimbursement from the city in August. Your other major revenue sources consisted of the state operating grants, and that was $1,113,649. That is up $103,000 with the prior month. Your federal operating grants were $1,308,665.14. That is up $118,000 with the prior month, as you can see here. One thing to note about federal operating grants: last year, Takata received a large amount of federal capital operating grants, and that was to purchase buses and stuff. So if you were comparing federal operating grants to the prior year, it is down $1.7 million. Moving along, not a lot to report in other revenue. There was a $5,700 receipt for the sale of an old van that happened in August. Other than that, everything that you see in other revenue is all attributable to stuff that happened October through July. So just kind of old stuff there. We talked about total revenue. Moving along, let's turn the page. For those following along, we're on page 7. Just kind of highlight some of the big stuff. Labor, $1,564,826. That's up $22,000 with the prior year, and $146,000 with the prior month, so July. Those are pretty much all of the big things for expenses. So total operating expenses were $2,912,404. and your other expenses, which the largest portion of your other expenses is your depreciation expense. That is $594,357. The difference between your revenues and your expenses is what gets you either your net income or your net loss. And right now we are at a net loss of $566,963. Again, overall big picture, that's due to the decrease in the federal capital grants and then the increase in expenditures that we've seen in fleet repair, insurance. As we all know, insurance has kind of been a hot topic, and the loss on fixed assets and depreciation expense. So those are the main drivers of the increase in your expenses year over year when you're looking at last year versus this year. At this time, I can answer any questions you may have on this. Again, lots of numbers, all really fast. But so if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions on finance? Mr. Jackson?
None.
All right, motion to approve the financial report as presented.
Make the motion to approve the financial report.
Second.
It's been moved and second. Roll call.
Mr. Singleton,
Yes.
Mr. Spencer,
Yes.
Jackson, yes. Motion carried.
Because my computer's overworked.
Here's your time to bring us through the director's updates.
All right, so thank you, everyone. A few remarks before I get us through this pretty quickly. So one of the first things I wanted to point out is something that Ryan had mentioned, is that revenue is up, but ridership is not. And so for the first time since I've been here, we're really going to look at what we can do to increase ridership, even though during this interim period, we still can increase ridership because that directly impacts revenue. So one of the things that you'll see is, and it's in the agenda, is that we're going to establish this Blue Route flex stop at Benton Harbor High School. And hopefully that will be valuable for not just students, but paying passengers, be they parents or employees or other people who just have a need to go to the high school and want to use the service. So it'll be convenient, it'll be located in the circle. And so it's those kinds of things that we want to do so that the community knows that we're here, we're an efficient way to get from where they are to where they want to go. And so you'll hear more about that because it's necessary that we increase revenue. So just want to leave it at that. You have the August ridership report and the August fuel report. So kind of the floor is open if you have any questions about those.
Yeah, so you can see the passenger counts, like Todd said, they dipped down around June. We expected that with the fare increase. Now they seem to be trending back upwards. As he mentioned as well, you can see the trend for actual fare box revenue going up, even with those increases. For the fuel report, propane continues to be cheaper in terms of cost per gallon. So its overall cost is significantly less. Happy to answer any questions you guys have about this. It might impact if we decide to purchase vehicles, what vehicles we lean towards. But we've still got to make sure whatever vehicles are purchased are actually usable. Or we have a lot of maintenance issues with our propanes right now, basically, that we don't have with our gas vehicles. But
Yeah, that was one of my thoughts, that might save on gas, but you
Right.
lose all that when you need to fix them. Any questions on that? Mr. Nesbitt, yeah. Mr. Jackson? Yeah.
No?
Okay.
None.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, RFPs. So as you know, we have several RFPs out in the street. One of them is, or was, the accounting vendor, and we announced previously that we had selected Hungerford. So this is still the last month of the old contract. And then next month in October, it'll be a new Ryan, okay, on the new contract. As we've mentioned over the past maybe 4 or 5 board meetings, we have some issues with the siding of the building, and it needs to be resealed is what it needs to have happen. But we weren't able to get any bidders, so we put the RFP out. Folks didn't, I don't know what the reason why we didn't get bidders was, but we're going to reassess that. And in the meantime, that's probably going to be something that whoever is in this position in the spring will have to look at, because we don't want to engage in this activity during the winter because the building would be exposed. And so we'll just have to wait until the spring on that. With respect to the stairs, we have actually, it says 2 bids, we actually had 3. So it does seem that we're going to be able to move forward on getting those stairs replaced. And it should be, there's a good chance it'll be a local contractor. So we'll be able to at least meet some of the intent behind that. And then lastly, mobility operations, the responses are due on October 3rd. In your package, you have the updated schedule for that RFP. And so you'll note that the next major deadline is October 3rd. What happened is that when we were reviewing the questions that the proposers had, one of the questions was, could we extend the deadline? And so our response to that was yes. And then one of the other reasons why we extended it was because which was a good thing, we ended up with so many questions that we couldn't answer them all by September the 5th, as we promised. We ended up well over 100 questions. And so the result was that we responded in 2 batches on September 5th, and on September 12th, we had posts of responses. And so again, just in fairness and also being able to satisfy that request for extension, the due date has been moved to October 3rd. Now, what you'll see beyond that is a pretty aggressive schedule in selection of the mobility transit provider. So we're going to pretty much have to adhere to that, because the board chair and I, we have hard stops. We have hard stops. Our expiration date is known, and there's no slippage in that. And so we're going to have to work to have a contract that's ready to execute before we leave. And so that's the end of that. TransPro, which is a consulting company that's been working with us, and they've been very valuable in helping us to find potential mobility partners in this endeavor. So we appreciate their work, and we'll continue to work with them. You're getting to see the schedule. Just a note, I guess you see Louise isn't here today, but we're pretty much taking a moratorium on interaction with the press about any of these issues. Just leave it at that. Automate the garage doors. We're working on getting the doors in place. Again, I'm saying within 60 days, maybe even less than that. As we said previously, we've had folks riding their bikes, riding their scooters, walking through. Our director here almost had to do some things. Okay, he almost had to do some things. Okay, Director Little's here too. City Manager Little. Okay, all right. So that's really the issue there. In addition, we want to see if we can save some energy, because those bay doors are open a lot, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But we'll have sensors on them, so when you drive by the campus and it's in January and you're wondering why those bay doors are open, hopefully that won't occur. Because I know everybody's like, why are the doors open? And there's reasons behind that, but in the future, there'll be a little bit more control on that. So so we'll be able to address that. And then the Barron County Transit Consolidation, we are meeting with the county regularly, just kind of seeing what our options might be to provide better transit for everybody, because that's the goal, is for everybody to have better transit. And then the last one is kind of an open discussion about an October 1 government shutdown. I know there's a conference call that the Office of Passenger Transit has coordinated to address this. I don't have any inside information about the government shutdown, so if anyone does or you have, please feel free.
I only have one additional piece of information from MDOT, which was that our LBO will be late, regardless of whether or not they sort it out without going into a shutdown. It's been pushed back so much that we should just expect it will be late.
And our payment to the state will be late. We owe them some money, and they, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, October 5th.
Yeah, so we'll,
If they're shut down.
yeah, if they're shut down, then that's what shutdown means. Yeah, okay.
We looking at shutdown on both ends, state and federal. Then.
Just the state, I think.
Now, what is the implications of a state shutdown for us?
Well, that's what it is. So, I mean, we don't strictly shut down because we're not a state entity, I don't think, unless it took them so long to pay us that we couldn't pay everybody else. Then we would have to shut down. I don't know. We will learn more on Friday, I think is what will happen. Otherwise, I'm just speculating.
Okay, we'll just see what happened there. So. Yep. Yeah. All right. Any questions on the chair's report?
None.
Motion to accept the chair's report as presented. I mean the
Director's report.
Director's update as reported.
Make a motion to accept the report.
Second.
Okay, been moved to second. Roll call.
Mr. Singleton?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Jackson? Yes. Motion carries.
All right. No chair report. That brings us to public comments. Anybody in public comments? Go on once.
I'm over and I work for MTM Transit. I oversee all of our transit operations. Came up with our business development team just to tour around the service area, get a feel for your service. We're interested in working with you, and hopefully we're successful in doing so.
Can you state where you're from again? So she's recording there.
Certainly, St. Louis, Missouri,
MTM.
MTM Transit.
She didn't get your name.
I'll send it to you.
And you're from Cincinnati?
I'm from Cincinnati, Virginia, yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes outside of DC, so I'm in like Springfield. Okay. You know.
We really appreciate the interest in our community and what you've done to research what might be possible, and we certainly are looking forward to your proposal.
Next week?
Yeah.
Mr. Little, do you have any comments?
Just a visit, chicken, listening, nothing out of the ordinary. We also are concerned about both state and possible federal shutdowns.
All right. No other comments? Motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved in second. Roll call.
Mr. Singleton?
Yes.
Mr. Nesbit?
Yes.
Jackson? Yes. Motion carries.
Great. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Before you run, has Tom talked to you about union contract payroll negotiation stuff? No. Well, I could really use your help.